Pieces of Shawnee here. Welcome to my channel. I appreciate you stopping by. I am on a wellness journey, and so I document that here on my channel. Of course, I share things from my life, so it's a lifestyle wellness channel. But today I'm going to give you just an update because it's been a minute that I've done an official update. If you follow me, if you're one of my subscribers already, thank you. Appreciate you being here. And if this is your first time here, hope you stick around and enjoy this walk and talk update and come back for more of my content. All right, so let's get into it. I've been on my weight loss journey for about 11 and a half months. About a year and a month, I believe. I started May 28th of last year. I started taking a medication called Zepbound to help me, with the calorie deficit part of, being able to keep that calorie deficit, because I know what to eat. I am a registered nurse. However, with the metabolic issues and insulin insensitive, you guys know what I'm trying to say. It just was really hard to be able to lose weight and sustain it. But I found some help. And from there, I started losing weight consistently. About 2.2 pounds, usually weekly. It's been over a year now. So it did slow down. Probably maybe in the 10th month, I started losing a little less, like 1 point something. But I am over 100 pounds lost. And so what I'm doing now, instead of doing weekly weight updates, because that's not my focus, as some of you know, I'm focused more on strength training. I've been doing strength training, but I'm really doing more of increase my weights. I've started taking creatine, and I did have my DEXA scan, and I didn't do a video and share all the results of that. But overall, it was good. So I still have, it was decent for what, the amount of weight I lost and the fat percentage that I do have. So I'm focused on getting my visceral fat down into a normal range. It's just a little bit over. And my subcutaneous fat just built my muscle. So I'm at a kind of weird place where I still need to lose weight because my BMI is still high, right? Even though I've lost over 100 pounds, it all depends on your height and your weight, right? So mine is still high. And so I want to get that I want to get that down. So when I say it's a kind of like a weird place, because I still actively need to lose some pounds, but I need to lose them in the right places. I don't want to lose more, a lot in certain areas. I don't know. I like my aesthetically how I look, other than, have a little loose skin and when you lose that amount of weight. But it's not a substantial amount. But I always had what I call thunder thighs. And they probably don't look like it now to you guys if you see me with, pictures and stuff. But there's still, you know, I guess I haven't recovered from that because my ex-husband, when I was younger, I remember that's what he used to say, give me them ham hocks, bring over them thunder thighs. No, he never said thunder thighs, he would call them ham hocks. And so I just was always cautious, um, self-conscious about my legs. I never wore short skirts. I really didn't wear things that showed off my legs. Especially as I got bigger. And so now, I've always had, even when I was smaller, I always had, like I said, thick thighs. And they always, had cellulite. And so imagine, losing weight now. You're going to have a little some, probably more. So I don't like that. But saying that to say that I want to lose about, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds. But I need to replace that fat that I'm losing with the muscle so that aesthetically I'm not looking too thin. I'm not against being, people that are really thin, but I just want to be lean. I'm not one to be like, oh, I want to keep my booty and keep all of that. I never had a big, like hips or anything. I had some booty, but, and it has deflated some. So I'm working on building that up. My shape is more like an hourglass, kind of. But after menopause, I got this little pouch right here. So that's where I know that I'm holding a lot of weight. So I'm really doing a lot of weights and strength training so that I can burn the fat in my body, but replace it with muscle. Does that make sense? So, and this is just something that I came up with, me and Chat, me and Gina. And I did run it by my doctor, and they say, oh yeah, that makes sense. But sometimes I think they just would be agreeing with me because they know I'm gonna do my research. And if it don't sound too off the wall, they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, you should do that. So I purposely increase my calories. Of course, some days it's hard to get that many, but I purposely am trying to eat more like 1,500 because I was doing like 12 and then maybe max 14 on days when I kind of had a little hunger. But I'm trying to do more like 1,500 to 1,700 calories and be okay with only losing like 2 to 4 pounds for a month. And so last month, for the month of June, I ended with a 3.8 loss for the month. So I was able to reach my goal. And, so I'm happy about that. Only 0.2 from the 4 pounds. But like I said, even if I would have only lost 2, I was still within my goal. And just say it was 1.8 that I lost for the month, I would still be happy. Because you guys, at this point of what I'm doing, this body recomp, I think, not just me, but whoever, we need to be more concerned about consistently losing. Instead of losing, you lose 3 pounds this week, you lose 2 pounds, you'll lose 2 pounds and then the next week you done gained 5, and then the next week you lose 1. The next week you may lose 2, you may lose 3. But, you get in a cycle of gaining and losing and gaining and losing. And I don't want to be in that cycle. And I know that can happen you know, especially when you get closer to your goals, and you know your body is becoming comfortable, you know, and it's like, nah, we cool right here, you going a little too far, we okay right here, we don't, you know, we don't want to drop no more weight. So you'll play that back and forth thing, but at the end of the day, if you look at your numbers, you know what I'm saying, you're probably not doing as well as you think you are. And I've seen that, and I just take note. I listen. I follow so many people. I mean, so many people, and I know they don't follow me, but it's okay. I just enjoy, you know, watching people's journeys and seeing what's working for people and what's not working for people. And guess what? If I see it ain't working for you, I ain't doing it. And it's not about comparing or anything. You know, we come on here on this YouTube to learn, and you know, we share our stuff, but I come on to learn as well. So if I see something that's working for somebody, I will try to, you know, you know, and I think it can be a good help, you know, I may do it, but it still has to fit into, you know, it has to be aligned with already, you know, what's going to work for me. And if it doesn't work for me, then I'll back off of it. But for the most part, I've had great success with the plan and how I do things. And so I usually don't veer off from that. I'll add different things, like, you know, one thing that I do, we did a challenge I think this was actually last year, November. The high knee, this one that Miss Toy started, I still do that, y'all. I do that daily. For this week, you know, the last couple of weeks, maybe missed a couple of days, but I don't just do something, you know, just to do it. When she started that challenge, I said, oh, I really like to work on my legs. So that's one. And then it's not, you know, when I do it, it doesn't cause me pain, because I have some, you know, some things, kind of a torn meniscus. And I see the orthopedic about that tomorrow. So I just have to be really careful with what I do, because I've been trying to avoid surgery and just build the muscle. I've been to physical therapy so many times for this knee, because I did not want to have surgery as heavy as I was. I just didn't, you know. So if I can manage it and tolerate the pain I was having, and keep doing therapy, that's what I've been doing for like the last 5 years. So I'm going to see the orthopedic tomorrow about it and see if he thinks, you know, it's time to just go ahead and do the surgery. Or, you know, I can, you know, continue doing what I'm doing, because I don't want to keep aggravating it. So I want to find out from him exactly, you know, what's his opinion about it. But anyway, I was just saying how I do adopt different things, but it has to fit for me. And that knee challenge did, but wasn't something that I just did, you know, for that week or however long. I figured that was a good exercise to add into my routine. So every morning I do them, and I do 100 on each leg. She started the challenge at 50, right? We were doing 50 each leg, which total 100, but I do 100 per leg, so that's 200. And yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. But anyway, so back to the weight loss. 3.8 pounds for the month of June. So that's the update that you guys got. 3.8 pounds. And this summer has been something, y'all. I've been invited to so many different things. um, parties and just events. My girl's birthday is today, so we celebrated Friday. Took her out, and the weekend went out with my kid, as you guys saw. If you saw that video, he wanted pancakes, so I had waffle. So your girl been out here eating, but your girl been out here lifting too. And I notice I feel better because when I add the calories, because of the amount of exercise that I'm doing. Like if I'm doing all that lifting and I was doing 1,200 calories, I'm like, that's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? So like I took my shot on 1:30 a.m. 1:30, and if this cuts off, I will finish this video. I always say that, and I don't ever finish them, and then I don't post it. But I'll finish it, and so I'll probably be, later or something, different clothes, but it will be the finish of this video. I mean the completion, sorry. But I have storage issues sometimes with this phone, and I've took away so many things, but it'll still stop. Anyway, so her birthday. Oh, he wanted the pancakes. And then now today is her actual birthday. So guess what? We're going out later. We're going to go out later. And because all celebrations, everybody makes celebrations be around food. But what I do appreciate, my friends, my two friends that I'm going out with later, they asked me, because we meet up we try to hang out every month. And each month, each person, somebody else has to choose what we do. And so my friend asked me, she was like, well, Shani, she eat like a bird now. And I was like, I do not eat like a bird. But if people think because you eat less than what you did, but it's just a normal amount. Like, our last thing I had like a chicken sandwich. And I brought it was a homemade chicken sandwich. And I had brought my chips. And she's like, and she got them 14 Doritos. But that's a serving size. It's 14. And they know not to ask for my Doritos because, like they say, you got any more snacks in that bag, girl? Because I'm going to come loaded with stuff. Or I'm going to bring my my beef jerky. I like from Costco. I'll bring that. And I just pack the bag anyway because maybe we're at a game or something for the boys because they sons play with my son. And they know I'm going to have either that or some cottage cheese and peaches or something. But they consider that eating like a bird. So I'm saying that to say, she's like, well, maybe our next activity can be something outdoors. I was like, come on here now. I was like, but I don't want y'all changing up. I can make it work, y'all. I'm pretty simple. But I appreciated that. She was like, maybe we can go on a hike, So I appreciate having friends like that, y'all. That take account of how your life is changing. Even though that was funny about she eat like a bird. But, just to be able to shift gears, and say, hey, we can do this because this is something you're into. Because they know I'm not missing that gym, baby. Like today, I said, okay, I'm going to try to finish work early so I can get to the gym so I don't have to worry about later. And I'm going to call tonight later. So, but that's what we do. We adjust our schedules for our friends as long as we can still get in for ourselves what we need. So I'm getting in my walk. Yeah, I'm getting in my walk. I don't know. Is it still recording? Oh, okay. I thought it stopped. But yeah, I'm getting in my walk and I'm gonna go to work, see my patients, and go to the gym, and then go have dinner with my friends. And preferably I won't get any calls tonight. But if I do, it'll be all right. So anyway, that's my recap for the month of June. Now we already into July, but this is a June update. 3.3 pounds. I did do my DEXA. I will do another video to tell you all the results of those. I have to pull it up. It was sent to my email. What else? Just trying to stay, continue doing what I'm doing. Continue doing what I'm doing. You hear that? Continue doing what I'm doing. Why? Because it works for me. So I'll leave you with that. If what's working for you is working, continue doing it. If it's not working, go back to the drawing board and see where you need to make some adjustments. See where you want to make some adjustments. I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, I'm taking the summer off, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And that's okay, because we have to do what's best for us. But it kind of reminded me of my old mindset of, taking time off, like even through the holidays. And it's like it becomes a cycle. Where, we do all this stuff through the summer. You get down for the summer, and then you do summer activities, and then you gain, weight back from what you just lost. And I'm just talking about in the past, not talking about now, but I'm saying for the past, that's what I would do, and I never got this small, right? But I would lose, that would be my goal. Let me lose a little weight for the summer because it's going to be hot. I'm going to want to wear some summer dresses. So you maybe lose 10, 15 pounds or whatever. And then after the summer, here come the fall. You stop working out, sun's not out, the mental change. Because some people actually have that where, when the season change, they change. But I'm learning to be consistent, y'all. God has really blessed me. And I'm grateful for it. This is my new normal. So I don't have time off. This is just a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. So I'm going to dinner. I want to eat, but I'm keeping up my saying. I'm going to pull from here. Like, I know I'm going out to dinner, so I'll make sure I have a high protein breakfast, that maybe doesn't have a whole lot of carbs, because now when I go to dinner, I know I'm gonna eat regular, but I have to still make sure I get my protein in the morning because I need the fuel, right? And so, yeah, just making adjustments along the way. That's life. But if I constantly keep changing, and now it's fall, so I'm not gonna work out as much. No, I'm just gonna find somewhere else to work out if I'm one that works out outside, right? And then here comes the holidays. Then you get to the holidays and you got the same thing, right? And so it becomes a cycle of gain, lose. I don't care if you lose 0.1 pound a week. That should be a goal. That's just for me. I'm saying for me, that should be a goal for me. Instead of being so focused on, having to lose, 2 and 3 pounds and even 1 pound. But at this age of the game, and I'm not talking about people who just starting on their weight loss journey, because you're going to drop more weight anyway. But I'm talking about the stage that I am in right now and where my mindset is. Because it's about maintenance. It's about getting my body to a place where it can handle and do whatever it is that I want it to do. That's one of the thing that stuck with me that tech said when I had that DEXA scan. This is your goal should be to get your body to a place where it can handle and tolerate anything that you want to do, where it will be able to perform what you need it to do. And when you can get to that level, then you're all right. You'll know that muscle percentage for you is good. That fat percentage is good for you. You know, she's like, you want to, this one, she said, you want to be able to go on a cruise and not come back 10 pounds heavier. She said, because if you go, you shouldn't be gaining all that weight, because your body is used to you eating sometime, and but anyway, I'll explain that more in a creatine video. But yeah, that's my little rant, and this thing went on for about 25 minutes. So June update, 3.8 pounds for the month. I'm ecstatic. I'm still building muscle, and yeah, y'all, it's been great. As it's Vanity. It says follow her channel for real, for some real talk, y'all. This is the first time I done left the house in I don't know how long without earrings. But what did she say? She said I like it on this side, and I do. I like it on the skinty side, the skinty, not skinny. And y'all know I'm not skinny, but that's just the word we use when you lost a lot of weight and you can see all of this and you can see the clavicle, and because she's like that. So I call her skinty. I don't even call her Rain. But anyway, remember, to just be consistent. Remember, we're becoming our best selves, one choice and one day at a time. All right, y'all. Sorry, I'm looking a mess, but I'm about to go in here and get myself together. Blessings.